What's up, everyone? This is Fractured Wolf here. Uh, I want to talk about something personally. I've done a lot of videos, but I want to talk about something regarding Roblox. Um, this is one of the games that I like to play personally, and in regards to that, there's actually been an encounter in this specific day where I have actually come by like some random user that isn't like a true player because I was actually like playing the game like normal and they wanted to come out of nowhere and start wasting both me and my friend's time. Now I have their user ID already. Um and no, this isn't like out of malice, but I generally don't like the person because they've proven today to be just one of those people that has no sense of masculinity. All they do is run away, and they've proven this. So they wanted to come and fight me and my friend. They started running away. They've gotten themselves stuck in situations. I'm even using the same fruit that they were using, and they still could only do one thing. So I want to make it a point that I'm gonna be making a new post on Wondersoul Studios. Uh, I don't have anything against running, but if you're doing it repeatedly, I'm going to make a system that keeps track of it. If you're in any sort of my fighting games, and if there are like more than one encounters of just you doing just that, I will purposely make a system that takes away. I'm not sure about takes away. How about this? I'll make a system that generally decreases your health or lowers your defense by like 5%, which means if you try to run away, you're more vulnerable, and if you keep running away, you're more and more vulnerable until you literally can't fight at all. So, unless you die at least once to somebody, like anyone, you're going to be in a position where you're not going to be able to fight back at all. And keep in mind, this isn't out of malice. I just hate people that are like this. It's like literally not new. Xbox has this issue. Roblox has this issue. Sea of Thieves has this issue. Minecraft. Uh, Plenty of other games, I'm sure. It's got to end. All right. If you understand what I mean, it has to end. There should be no reason why people should be running and then later on like making statements like you can't catch up, you suck, you're slow, like this coming from the person that won't fight back. I'm just being honest here. I hate people that don't fight back. It depends on the situation. In a game like this, yeah, I'd prefer that you fought back and you didn't run away and make yourself look horrible. But this is why this video is here. So I'm going to be showing everyone who I am referring to because it is important to me personally. So I'm going to add a screen sharing thing. And I'm going to show you guys who I'm on about. Okay. This is my stream. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So this is Hakuzo 03. Turns out this is a alt account because their ID matches their username, but they only have the real intent to change their what's it called? Like ID by one digit. So personally, I can tell this is false because why would your ID match your username? Like, hold on. Let's go through their favorited games. So we got Overkill, whatever that is, Ballista Alpha, Size Legends, Together, The Cabin, and whatever this is. Now, this guy is not a developer. How do I know? Because look, he's in these groups, right? But he's not a developer in any of them. Why would he need scripting school? It literally shows Python, C++, whatever that is in Roblox. Why would he need it? If he didn't have an alt account. So I'm a like scripter myself, but he doesn't make his own games. This place is closed, and most of his friends list is just false. So I'm just gonna report them for alt account because now we know what they are doing, and it's not exactly unclear anymore. So yeah, I know what they're doing. If they're not a developer on that account, it's probably an alt account because they're doing it to get like what's it called? Like ban evasion. Because normally people don't have several alt accounts. Well, no. The average player will never have like what? So yeah, I'm getting Dovey too just because of the infinite stun glitch. Yes, this is abusing a glitch in a game, but I'm not like cheating, and this isn't exactly my problem. This is something this game itself has failed to fix repeatedly, and I honestly am just going to say this reflects worse on them. Unless the game specifically says, like Blox Fruits, not to exploit bugs or not to cheat, then I'm sorry, but I'm going to report you for just not following the rules. And with video evidence, I'm one of those people that you do not want to be around because I read Roblox TOS. I could literally read out some stuff to you right now in comparison to something else that happened today. Let's go and see. So first of all, not here. It's on YouTube though. So first of all, wrong place. All right. This account. If we go to my videos, right here. This person was found repeatedly moving back and forth behind me. Right here. Now, if for those of you that don't understand what this means, yes, I labeled down their info here. This is generally a violation of public decency. And first of all, this isn't new. This literally developed on Call of Duty and became more than what it had to be. So if we went over to the TOS, I'm not going to hold that up anymore. But if we go to here, the Roblox TOS, Roblox community standards. So let's see. Community standards. At Roblox, our mission is connect a billion people with optimism and civility. We're working hard to build a community that feels safe and welcoming for everyone. A place where you can be yourself, make positive connections, and let your creativity run wild. I don't know why I can't talk now. Our community standards are here to make sure everyone feels at home and protected while they explore. For our youth guide to community standards, see here. Our community is always growing and changing, so we're constantly learning, and that means our standards might change too. Child exploitation being on here. Roblox prohibits the exploitation of minors, including any predatory behavior, including attempting to connect with a minor in order to manipulate and exploit them, sexualizing minors in any way, engaging in sexual conversations or soliciting sexual material from minors, sharing, requesting, or discussing child sexual exploitation material, sexual extortation of children, child sex trafficking, coercion, and enticement of a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity. Now, coercion and enticement of a minor to engage in illegal activity. Child sex trafficking. Now, this is clear because this literally stands for no sex trafficking in general if they have to bring it down to even kids can't do this stuff. And obviously even kids can't do this stuff. So then we've got this association with organized crime or terrorist or extremist organization, harassment, bullying, discrimination, or otherwise harming people outside of Roblox, being charged or convicted of certain egregious crimes, engaging in certain illegal activities, or encouraging others to do so. Suicide or harmful behavior. Providing instructions related to details and methods of suicide self-harm. This includes content that promotes ingestion of substances that would cause physical harm, content that encourages depression, hopelessness, or despair by portraying such feelings as aspirational or desirable. Discouraging others from seeking the help they need to overcome feelings of depression and hopeless. Dangerous physical challenges or stunts performed offline. Harassment and discrimination. Sexual harassment, right there. That's clear because that person was literally seen teabagging me, as you saw. So I'm going to make something clear. This account is relevant toward my main YouTube page, but this is also relevant towards my creator page. I am not going to say I can be a hypocrite on this game because I do talk shit to people. However, like, there's reasons for it because we have people in the world that, like, encourage this kind of behavior. For an example, Blox Fruits. I don't hate Blox Fruits. I just disagree in specific how they work. So, to be clear, what's it called? I hate that all they can do is make updates and it just encourages people to, like, run in fights or do anything weird like that, you know? And it's stupid. It is. It's very dumb. So, an example of this is like, what's it called? I'm not getting caught up in that. I can't think of its name. An example of this would be like that guy I showed the video of earlier. He was just running. But I personally don't like people that do that for the reason, like, I was never encouraged to hurt anyone, and in fact, I was a kid with separation anxiety, and I don't know what else I had, but like when I was young, I was shy around a lot of people until I actually got to know them. Then I started to warm up and kind of get more open with them. I'm more open now because I do YouTube, and personally, I care less about what people think of me because I'm only human. And like at times, you know, what weight do you have over me that someone else hasn't done? I'm only human. I eat, I drink, I fantasize, I sleep, I pee, shit, puke. I scratch my ass. Like, what do you guys want? Right? It doesn't make a difference to me. All right? Like, this is life. Shit happens. Nobody has to agree with anything. But when they say free will, when that applies, that also means the people that make their organizations have complete control over their communities, which means if you don't abide by these rules, you're getting kicked out. If you don't follow the directions that are displayed on games, like I have been doing for a minute now, I'm developing a plugin that literally lets me become more efficient with this so I can make like UI design concepts and test them. Other than that, you get kicked out if you don't follow the rules. It's that simple. And as for Hakosumi, like 08, I'm just kicking that account because from a game, if not other games, but they've proven already that they're not a player that can be trusted. And look, I'm sorry for the people that can't progress in our... I'm not saying slow as in a disrespectful way. I'm saying slow as in a neurological way. Like your brain can't send fast enough fast enough signals to send info to your finger to block stuff or to send out an attack to counter something else. Because you're not the only one. I was the same way until I moved to keyboard and mouse, and I am probably like as efficient as I get. I 3D model, I code, I do texture design, and I'm learning how to animate right now on my own. What? Oh, I was gonna say, what the? Yo, I don't. Get out of here. Nasty. I don't support that stuff. I don't know what he was doing because I wasn't exactly paying attention. So we're gonna let that slide once. They're not behind. I don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't look weird right now. But if he gets behind me and he starts moving that way, I'm just gonna fucking grab his user too and do the same exact thing. But yeah, I'm making a system that stops this from happening. I've already started a system that records if a player is moving back and forth behind somebody. I'm gonna be honest, I've forgotten how it works, but it does send info to me. And with this like working thing I have, it collects people's IP address. And I repeat, because I have said this several times, Roblox they do have a thing against people that harm others in real life, but I am not like harming them. And how I use that info is like 100% dependent on their behavior. For an example, like I said, I have a system working. It's only works for the people that play my games right now, but I'm working on something that prevents people from doing anything weird in specific. So, an example, I could type in someone's like username or ID in game and I would be able to get their IP from that alone. But this also means that I am not going to be sharing any of this information. I only have like admins on my Discord server right now that are available to see this stuff, but these are people I can trust and they're not going to use information like that because why would they? But there's also going to be a change in that in the future where I'm going to be the only one that can see the IP. Right now, it's only feedback. And yes, IP addresses are shown there, but it's only feedback in specific to testing. If that person is caught doing something with the IP, that's not going to be my fault for what they get themselves into because obviously they can get in some deep shit if they use that IP for an ill intent. As for in specific, maybe leaking where they live just out to public to like be weird. I've I've heard of people doing this. It's happened on my Xbox. I've had people turn off the power on me. And I've never caught on to them. But the power turns back on after like 5 minutes. But this is why I'm making this system. I'm actually working with a close friend right now that um I'm using as like testing, because this means I can just test this out with them. I can like try to get their IP using a system in a different way. However, it would only appear that the way for me to get someone's IP address on Roblox this way means that the script has to be ran on that device for it to log down that information on that device. Because how Roblox works is the HTTP request service is it's not requesting like a specific page on the game itself, right? They don't do that. I don't think. But on the local device, it will open up your local browser or default browser, and it will send a link to that browser, not like opening it on your device, but it launches the link as an application or whatever, and then it lists down like, okay, this is the info we're getting from this like service or page or whatever, and then it like sends it back to Roblox, which can be done whatever they want with it. So think of it like Roblox, as if you've ever heard of this. I've seen stuff like this as an emulator, like a phone emulator. I have found working like browser emulators where you can have a browser within a browser, and it's really weird. Roblox is certainly just a way for that, but they're also a way to get funny. I tested this the other day. You can actually get element information from websites using Roblox if you can decode it as a JSON. However, I want to look into changing that up and turning it into something different. So, for an example, but yeah, I've made a system where you can grab information like, I'm going to use Google Drive an example because I have done this with Google Drive. Um Google Drive, you can get like numbers from that or whatever, or not numbers. What's it freaking? I can't think of its name right now. I really can't think of its name right now, but element information. You can get element information from that. It allows you to like see what the elements look like, how they react. He's going to hit me. I know it. Yep. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with Roblox. It's just you gotta be careful with that stuff. And no, I don't encourage anyone to do what I do, and nor am I giving away the scripting info to do this. But yeah, I didn't mean to hit everyone there. I was aiming for Big Mom. But everyone's hitting me. And it kind of sucks. But yeah, this is just really an announcement video for Wondersoul Studios. I am going to be working on that system, and I am going to continue doing so. If you're found doing anything that would jeopardize your account in any of my games, you may be eligible of losing not information, but your information might be eligible to report people to the proper authorities for anything suspicious or suggestive to any sort of like way or thing that might be deemed inappropriate. And you are at jeopardy of losing access to the game permanently with that account, or um, even just people in that area, or not people in that area. Just that account, you might lose access to the game permanently. Yes, I will make a system that appeals decisions, but appeals don't come easy because they're coming from me or an admin, and I am going to label down like a document that they have to read, and it's going to be precise. If you're found doing anything like teabagging, sexually exploiting users that you don't even know the age of, or anything like that, you're gone. You're gone, and you're staying gone if we decide you're staying gone. We're not going to repeatedly do stuff like that. We'll even have to make a thing that permanently prevents users from like sending requests. But if you think this was by mistake, this is why we have a Discord server. But even then, we can mute people that we don't trust there. So if you get the gist, that's what that's there for. But this video is also to record, so that way, you know, we have something to do. I'll turn on the volume for you so you guys can. Well, actually, nah. I like the quiet. I like the quiet. Oh, jeez. Oh, I thought that was two people using lightning fruit in the same move. I was like, that's gotta hurt. What is with Big Mom, dude? Oh, there we go. All right, well, we hit 180. Oh, that's a shame. But yeah. Like, I can give you an example of the script that I'm doing right now. Like, this is my plugin script. Right now, I'll even export it as is so you can see if there are any errors. But right now, this is what it looks like. You get a scrolling GUI, and it's I don't even. Oh, that's something I was gonna say. It's supposed to be totally configurable. You can like access the settings, and the plugin output might be available. However, I gotta screw around with that button, obviously, because this is supposed to replace this, where there will be a separate scrolling frame that you can check out, and it's fully customizable, or it's going to be fully customizable. So you can check out like all of the code that's meant to be written for like scripts that you make. So for an example, if something had to go wrong, I want to figure out how the error thing works, because obviously the error like argument stops the script altogether, and it just won't let you do anything after an argument that was wrong, or it'll shut down totally and you can't use it again. My job with this is to make sure that people can check it out and all that. However, I'm debating on if I'm going to be working on a separate plug-in, but it's going to be like public for people that want to use it. So like the public plugin I'll post so people can check out like what that's about. but the community one is going to stay private, because when I say community, I'm talking about like my plugin, like the plugin I use with the people I'm going to be working with. And this is going to be a tool because if I get good with working with other people, I want a system where I can provide information and make an easier way for people to make stuff or get into the things they like uh, designing UI, editing UI, anything like that, right? However, it's going to be a long time before that's done. But my intention for this system is I'm no longer going to be uploading assets publicly on Roblox unless the intent is to sell them. But I would prefer making real money over like getting Robux right now, honestly. If I do post assets on Roblox that are public, they they have to be paid for. I'm not going to be, well, you know what? Yeah, they have to be paid for. I'm not going to allow anyone to purchase my stuff and resale it. Um because I don't want anyone doing that. I want to like well, Roblox isn't like that, I guess. So I don't know. I'd have to figure out how to make a system, if even possible, to moderate like the files I make, so that way people just can't resell it. Um like giving your stuff away locally, fine. Just don't resell the stuff online, please. That would ruin my like effort at making a nice community, you know. That would also ruin my effort to like that take away my effort actually to try to like work on games the way I do. But if you want to see how this works, I'll I'll show you how my scripting works. Like this is my script. You can use the text on here as reference. I'm not going to be giving away the script though. Like itself. You can use whatever you see on this video, but I'm not going to be giving away anything like that. So while we're waiting on Katakuri to spawn, this is what we're doing. And honestly, I think I'm going to make this a series. Me working on Roblox stuff as a series. I know I can do gaming, and we're kind of doing that at the same time we're developing. But aside from that, uh, this is supposed to be the custom output thing. So player has requested the settings page is right there. However, I need to figure out how to make it where if someone uses the text button, they can't, well, the custom output, it'll like do a thing. So this opens the settings page, and we need to find the, what's it called, settings folder. So local show output log button equals what is that, main interface dot, not that. Find first child settings folder. Find first child show plugin output log. Now, I'm going to make it to where the GUI2 or GUI2 appears. So we're going to drag this up and get a reference for that. GUI2 is capitalized, so we're good. Enabled equals true. However, we want to make it like a thing where it can be enabled and disabled. So player has requested to open the output log, or shall we say custom output log. So local, okay, you know what? I don't know. If enabled is equal to false, then the GUI will be set to true. Else, GUI will be set to false. Now, I gotta look into this. This is weird because I've screwed with this before. Like I've had it like create Boolean values by accident that I have never created. So like for an example, up here, here's like enabled. Like if I had to get rid of this, it might, the entire script might still work. But let's see. Enabled is set to false on there. So what if I had to like just remove that only to test? Would the script even still work? It would, but you'd have to double click it. That's not right. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to leave it as it was then, aren't we? So, let's change that up. So, that stays there. However, we want to do like... Oh, local function enabled equals false. We'll do that. If function enabled is equal to false, then turn it on. And then if function is equal to true, then set it to false. So we're going to test this out one more time just to see. So we would go in here and we'd click that. It's supposed to like close this at some point, but it's just not closing it for whatever reason. Oh, I know why. I know why. That's my fault. Okay, maybe I don't know why. I don't know why it's still opened. So what did I do to like close that? Let's try to fix that if we can. Why? Oh, that's why. Local custom output log enabled, or custom output enabled equals true. We want that false. If custom output enabled is equal to false, then custom output enabled equals true. GUI 2 dot enabled equals true, else let's try this one more time. Not that that really made the difference, but do we have to like destroy it? Let's try that then. That doesn't even work. I don't know why it ain't working, but maybe if we got rid of that. No, it's still weird. So whenever that button's clicked, it should just create a custom log. Maybe we'd have to do that under the configuration services. So button values, plugin settings, debounce, random borders. I don't remember what that does, so we're gonna change that to something different. So let's say that's GUI services. We're going to change that to function values, but we're going to change this to service values. So we're going to change this from GUI services to custom output log or wait a minute. I didn't know that was a thing I could do. Okay. Real interesting. So custom output log will be set to false. So what if I went down here then? Category is going to spawn pretty soon. I should probably get down here though, so that way I can set up. So for an example, we're going to need our rocks. And then we're just going to move on. It would be cool to be like a helper with this game. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty efficient with all of the stuff I have. But I'm not going to claim to be the most efficient because I'm sure there are other places out there that are really good. But the good thing about what I'm doing for this plugin is even though it's going to have some stuff that literally just has me screwing off. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. Okay. Um Even though it's going to have me screwing off on like some stuff like the rainbow borders or whatnot, it'll allow me to create GUI quicker is what I'm hoping for, but I gotta look at other plugins for examples because I recently learned that Moon Animator has a export files thing, and I'm curious how that works. Because I want to know how to like make a plugin that allows me to export files. Like if I had a data store that grabbed like information, I could like just, get that information from someone and then data save it on like my computer. However, um I don't think Roblox has a way to do that. Please, if somebody out in the universe, anybody at all knows how to like move the what's it called to create custom files like that by I don't know, making .text files on Roblox, please tell me. It would actually be a really good thing, and I'm not even kidding. I would like give you a shout out on my game. You'd be helping me a lot. So we're ready for Katakuri now. Yeah, right here. So if configuration services dot service values dot custom output log is equal to false, then the other way around, we'd set it to true. GUI 2 dot enabled equals true else. Show plugin output. We're gonna change that. Show plugin custom output. So we'd set that to false, and we'd set that to false. Let's give it a shot. Not that this will work, but, Oh, it works. That's actually awesome. Okay. So now we can just have like a custom output log anywhere. We could probably like move it down here or something. Yeah, that's actually perfect. That's really good. Why is everyone fighting? The boss spawns in 5 minutes. You're not going to have any energy. So that's cool that that works. But now we have to work on adding the what's it called? The scrolling frame. So I'm gonna have to like grab the scrolling frame info from up here. So let's grab this. And we're gonna bring it down here. And put it right here. this is going to be set as index 1, or actually no, 2, because we already know how the other frame looks. And while this is going to say scrolling frame, is output still a thing? No, it is not. We gotta fix that. So let's scroll up, find the locations. We got main frame, but then we have the main interface. Local output, or no, custom output log. And we're just going to set that up. So custom output log equals scrolling frame. So that should be set now, I think. So if I went into, wait, I realized I didn't set that up right. So this has to be parented to GUI2. That frame, I think. I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, yep. There it is. Look at that. Our custom output log is working. However, trying to figure out how to get the scripts to print out information on here is going to be a different story. And I'm going to try to make it to where the info on it prints. I don't know about infinitely, but we'll see. I have an idea for that, though. Don't worry. Like this one will make it where the info disappears at some point. Oh, he's got the Nika fruit as well. Oh, everyone's going down. Okay. Right on the money. I think my thing hit. There's no way for me to tell. Where the heck did he go? There we go. Send out one of these. Oh no! He sent me plummeting into that, and I don't know what's happening there. Oh god. I'm stuck in an endless loop of getting beat to death. Oh my god, no. There we go. I managed to get away. I missed. Oh shit. That was too close. I don't know, because like let me see the shop. I have the Robux to get the 2 times a drop thing. the heck was wrong with me? I couldn't do anything for a second. Oh! Move back! Get back! Get back! Whoops. I think I hit him. I guess I'm in bounce of that. I was just saying, there's no way I'm stuck, right? Mm. Oh, man. Oh, shoot, I got category. Awesome sauce. Ah. The Dovey 2 user got me. Ow. Ow. God. Oh, I'm so cooked. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm dead. I have like no HP left. He got his revenge. What is his name? Robotcito. Is this supposed to be like a reference to Despacito? Oh, if you're wondering why I have it like this, I mostly have my UI here so that way I can see my ping. That's through the roof. Oh, hey. 179. How many gems do I have? So don't forget, games like this, I'll do 2 hours in a video for. But yeah. I was gonna say I forgot how to like check gems. Okay, I have 14,000. That's not bad for where I'm at with gravity right now. So until Big Mom spawns, we're gonna keep working on this. So for the custom output log, my question is, how would we send the info to the custom output log? Well, first of all, we have to make a thing that looks for the scrolling frame, and if it's non-existent, it won't print. So we are going to hide these for now. I also noticed how that's there. You know, I want to like change that up. So instead of saying open creations, let's open Wonder Soul Studios. Yeah, look at that. Opens my plugin windows is what that says, but opens the Wonder Soul Studios plugin. This contains several services and APIs. There. So that's there. So if I wanted this to like print something different, like for an example, we could get rid of the warn. We'll leave it for now. But what's like printing right now? Like information that's currently printing. So player has requested to open the assets page. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to make a custom print function. So that's gonna have to be located like up here somewhere. So we've got the find first descendants, and then we have the color changing frame borders. So to fix that, let's say we wanted to do like for everything that was printed, it creates a new like label. And these labels can't be interacted with. However, they'll give you information regarding the script and it'll tell you what went wrong if needed. So let's say local function print v2 that would say information. So, this is optional, so we could type in optional. However, we need this to work in the way we want. So we need this to for wait, if GUI2 find first child that says output. But we want to change that to be the output log. So in order to do that, let's see. We got to find it first. So this is custom output log, but we need this to be the scrolling frame in there. So we'd have to set that to find first child frame, or we don't even need to do all that. That frame find first child scrolling frame. And if the scrolling frame was found, it will warn output log was found. Ready to print, or just ready to print. Now, we can test this out with some simple code. So if we went down here again, and here's this, our custom thing. Let's do print v2. Now, that says optional, but it was never, set up. So let's say we were to do this right now, and we open up Wonderful Studios. Okay, so it says it's ready to print. That's buggy. It doesn't show the output log immediately. I wonder why. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's what that will say. So, Let's say we wanted to make it say something new. So for an example, we could do, that's what it says is print v2. However, we don't want that now because that's obvious. So if any information was to be put in here, we could do, let's say optional, like optional will be set to nil for now. And then if the scrolling frame was found, let's say you know what? Nah, we're not gonna do that. Let's do warn optional because that'll be unknown. So let's say scrolling frame. It'll just warn us in the original here about the scrolling frame. So if we open up Wonderful Studios, it'll warn us here. So we would close that. So let's see. We're still waiting on Kaido. We have how many gems right now? 14,000, right? So back to work. So if we wanted this to like print something out on the what's it called? I can't think of its name. If we wanted this to print anything out on the output log, we would have to do something like this. So local new text label equals instance.new text label. We're going to use the stuff from down here for like the text button for that. So we would put down all of this and we would replace this. So that says, you know, we're not even going to do all that. So let's do new text label dot parent equals GUI2 scrolling frame. The size, we're going to have a fixed size for that. So let's say local print or custom print config equals that. And then we would type in like, I don't know. We'll say text color equals color.new, whatever this is. So we'll go with white. Text font. We're not going to do text font. Text equals toString optional. Equals toString optional. We'll do text wrapped would be true. Text scaled would also be true. So for now, we're going to let that be. So the name of the label now. New text label dot name would be text label for now. However, new text label dot text color 3 equals custom print config text color, and then so on and so forth. This is what we got. So the background color will be black. The border size pixels will be, we'll say 1 or 2 for now. And then the border color 3 will be, we're going to set it to red. Or actually, no, we'll set it to purple for now. So now, how this is going to work is the system is going to be looking through like the positioning of that. So if we want the custom print config to work, we have to like actually get something running here. So first of all, let's go up here and we'll say service values custom output log equals false. So about that. I don't even remember what I was going to do now. Oh, the positioning. So custom, or you know what, label positioning equals that new quadruple 0, and then the size. Yeah, that should be fine. So the size will be equal to the label size. But the label positioning, that position equals label positioning. So that should be set now. So if we really wanted this to work now, we could probably get this in there. And this is nil anyway, so that wouldn't really matter. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's say if we went back down and we typed in funny thing, we might see it in the custom output log now. Gotta make sure that we're not missing anything in game. We might actually want to go and get ready for Big Mom because one person's already there from what it looks like. They're just waiting. All right. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and go down here. And get ready for that. Now, the script should be exported and ready. I don't remember if I did. I might do it again, but we're going to go ahead and hide under the cake throne. I didn't know we could go in bro's mouth like that. That's weird. All right. So we're just going to hide in here until that's ready. So with that, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. All right. So settings, show plugin. Why does that only print funny thing though? Okay, so then let's remove that. So it didn't do exactly what I wanted. So the text color is white. The background color is black, but we're going to change that to the other thing. So where is this? This is what we want for the text background. So we're going to change that. So that says text color, but we're going to say background color. We're going to set that up. All right. So we're going to try this one more time. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So we probably want like a custom print though for this because it hasn't printed anything out yet. However, we can set something up. So this doesn't say anything yet. So we're going to remove that from here. So if we want like a testing situation, like for an example, if we open this up, you can see there's a testing spot here. So currently there's no way back. So we're actually going to make a way back to the home screen. So let's go ahead and scroll. I'm scared. So that's the scrolling frame, but we want to parent the new thing to that. So local, or no, for tick equals 1 through 1 through 1 for now. Let's say, you know what? Nah. Local home button equals instance.new text button. We're going to take all of the info from here, paste it, and we're actually just going to change all of this to home button. But we're also going to get rid of these because we don't need them. Home button, or you know what, X. udm.new 0, 0, 0, 0. We'll set this to like 0.5 for now for each. We're going to change this to home button positioning. udm.new 0.8 or 0.6. That's the border color. But we want to change the parent. Oh, God. Knew it. God, leave me alone. You know what? Here. You want my attention? Here. There you go. Have it. Get out of here. Hopefully they'll get him to leave me alone. Okay, so there's that. But we want to parent this to the, what's it called? The mainframe. So let's try and see how that looks. So you can see the button here. However, it's like in the back. And it only says button. So we're going to try to fix that. Let's try this. And if I leave it at 0. Oh. Oh, okay, that's my fault. There wasn't anything wrong with that or the size. It was cutting short because of that. Okay, so there's that. So if we go in now, we can change the size to like 0.5, 0.5, and see if it appears. I mean, it's there. So let's change this to something bigger. 0.5, 0.5. And let's see how it responds this way. That's a little bit big. There we go. 0.2 instead. It's getting there. Maybe 1.8. Or like 1.18, my bad. Obviously not 1.8, that would be way too big. 7. 5. It almost fits. Let's try 4. Well, that doesn't sound good. Oh, I don't want to be in there. Nuh-uh. She already in her next phase? She is. Why? Dang it. I thought I used the ability. It didn't work. Oh, God. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Did that eat? Yes, it did. Get away. Oh, my God. That scared me, actually. Oh, that's my buddy. We don't want to push him in, but we'll definitely be pushing some of you in. Where did she go? Oh, she's all the way up there. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Gotta keep leveling this up, though, you know? Just so that way we can get Dovey, too. I've had it before. Oh, I'm cooked. Knew it. All right. Hook myself up with a piece of gum. We're gonna have some ASMR in here. Hear me teething? There we go. What is she saying? My cake? That's what it sounds like she's saying. Someone got a new level or ability. No, it would be cool if I got like Op V2 for rebirthing the gravity fruit though. I'm just saying. It would be cool. Plus I already have like a bunch of the mythics. I don't need a leopard V2 or nothing like that. That would make me so sad though if I did get a leopard V2. It would. All right. Back to the plugin. Okay, so that looks about close. Let's try this. It's like right there, bro. Okay, there we go. Now, since this is going to be the home button, I want to position this at the very end of the entire thing. It's like right here, maybe. Okay, maybe a little less than that. Perfect. So that will be the home button. So now, if we set it up, we could do home button dot mouse one click connect function. So if we wanted it to go back, we'd have to like literally change this up. So where's that at? That's the asset page. So we need to make everything but the asset page, or not the asset page, the home page visible. So we do this. And we would call this main interface dot. You know what? Hold on. Warn main interface get children. I fucked it up. Visible is not a valid member of that. Okay. So we have the assets folder, the settings folder, and then the testing folder. So we want to make everything in the assets folder not visible. Same thing goes for the other thing. So we'll copy this. Settings folder. And we want the same for the testing folder. However, at the end of all that, the navigation folder will set everything to true. So if we open this up and we open something random, look at that, it takes us back. That's actually really nice. So now we have a working home page that will literally just take us back whenever we want. So we don't need this anymore because we know it works. So we want to do something with the testing, with the script testing. So we'd have to make something for that. So the testing button. So that's the settings. We're going to copy this and we're going to go down until we see the testing. So testing. And yes, it'll make everything invisible in the navigation. However, this is also going to be creating new text buttons. So for an example, that'll say that, but let's see. We're going to copy all of this. And we're just going to parent everything under here. So for an example, we're only going to have one text button for now. And we're going to get rid of this. We're going to call this output log testing. And we need to parent that to the testing folder. So now, if we try this, okay, it won't do anything, I guess. But it works for everything else. Oh? Why didn't it work before then? Okay, something might have needed to be done first. Oh, wait, no, I know what was wrong. The, hold on. So, yeah, it was testing for settings. We want if testing. That is not what I wanted at all. No, let's try it. It still needs that? But why? So wait. I mean, it works, right? Like, it works, obviously. But I'm confused. Because I shouldn't have to, like, access the settings first. Oh, I know why, I think. That might fix it. I think I just had it parented under the wrong area. Let's try it this time. No? Why does it insist on the settings needing to be open first? So let's copy all of that then. So this is settings. Was it really just because I had it in the wrong spot? It was, okay. So here's that. And we can go back to the home page whenever we want. Now, let's say we wanted this to do one thing in particular. So let's say local testing slot 1 equals output log testing. So if we want something to print in specific on the log, we would do print v2 hello world. So this would only work if it was open on if the output log was open. So we'd go to settings, show the output log, back to the home screen. We've got nothing. I can't even fix this for an unknown reason. Okay. So that ain't working for unknown reasons. We might have to change that up. I don't know. I know that says home button, but we're going to use that as a template. New label. Or label. However you say that. I think this is it. We're going to name this text label. The text will equal optional. So the parent of this would be we don't want that as a text button though. We want that as a text label. So there we go. We already have it set up to print hello world. For whatever reason, it just doesn't want to print that though. UI2 dot frame dot scrolling frame get children warn that. So hopefully this will like print out if it even exists. So if we went to settings, show the plugin. Oh, well now it works. So that is cool. It prints it, but it's not parented under the scrolling frame. Why? Why though? Well, that just made it bigger. Or like birds out there fighting. They're bitching. Okay, so that did make it smaller. All right. Well, back at it. We have like 8 minutes. I'll have to cut the video and portions though. This will be, I guess, the series if I'm not playing games. So, right now, it works, but not in the way I was hoping. That's not what I wanted at all. We can see it prints hello world as shown. However, like we want to make it to where it progressively like goes down whenever we're asking it to print stuff. So, like for an example, let's say I don't know. Can't think. Oh, right here. Local label positioning equals that. For now, it'll be 0. But it'll progressively get like more. So there we go. Maybe this will work for making it where it'll, show more. Not at all. I think I realized what I was missing too. It's not on the scrolling frame though. Print, or in fact, warn GUI2 dot frame get children. Why are there 3 scrolling frames on the same thing though? That's not right. What does it mean? Oh. Category hasn't spawned yet though. I guess I did destroy it. Oh, we fixed it. Awesome. But it's bugged. So I'll have to fix that in the future. It's um okay. It's not parenting to the mainframe I want though. Oh, kinda curious about this fun as well. Whoops. Gonna be a little late. Like really late. I got like stuck hanging onto something. Goodness, this is laggy. God, I'm about to die. That's not nice, bro. Oh, I'm so cooked. Yeah, I'm cooked. At least I was still doing damage. It would be really nice if I got the Doe V2 or Doe V1 from Katakuri, though. That's probably not going to happen because it's such a rare fruit to get. Fun game though. Where the heck? But if you couldn't tell, this is how I spend a lot of my days right now. That went for him, but I still ended up being the one that got hit. That's wow. Oh. I accidentally killed somebody. I'm gonna reset anyway because I need to check. But it said I died to what's his face? Something ain't right. So it keeps on like printing out more than what's necessary. So that's the output log. And that's settings. So maybe I'm just going about this wrong. Maybe I gotta do that. Because that's what's printing the scrolling frames. Yeah, see, because now it will only ever print one. Why? But why is it doing that? Okay, that's weird. Oh, I guess I'm going to end this video here. So, thank you guys for watching. This was short, and this had me talking in the beginning, but this is important because Roblox might try to come after me with that for some reason. I can't think of why because I've already made up like a reason as to why I'm not looking forward to doing anything like that because it's not in my position to do anything like that. I can only punish people on my games however I want. However, in other words, Roblox will take care of that for me. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video of me working and all that. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Later.